Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the School of Thought podcast. Today I am excited because I have a beautiful young lady as my guest today for Spotlight. And she goes by the name Lane. And I will say, you're going to share with us today what's your lane. So introduce yourself. She's going to introduce herself. She would do the best job introducing herself because I'm just fascinated even by the name of her company, crookedletterblank.com. So we're going to talk about, but I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's your girl Lane. That is how I always open up. And I go by just Lane because I am in so many different lanes. You know how people say stay in your lane? No,
Yes,
I'm a great driver. I can drive in any lane I want to.
I
So
like that. I like that. That's inspiring.
it's crooked letter blanks, but right now I am going by the title of your personal business bestie, of course. So transformation lane, your personal business bestie. So I actually help solopreneurs, which are mainly crafters, scale and grow their businesses using different resources and tools. I also help with personal development, of course. And as I see, you also are mindset is my foundation, but I absolutely love dealing with solopreneurs who are crafters.
Okay. So what I'm seeing what you're saying is that let's say you're on a journey
Yes,
and
ma'am.
just like the highway, you have different lanes
Yes,
and you
ma'am.
could go in certain different lanes and still drive successfully,
Yes,
which
ma'am.
that is awesome because I'm sure it took time for you to balance each lane to know which lane I'm in this time, which lane I'm in this time. So let's bring out each lane. What is the first lane that you want to share with us that you want?
The first lane would be is the transformation of mindset. That's where I started because of personal reasons and because of just life itself in general and being in business since I was like 6 years old. I pretty much built my foundation on mindset. So that is where I was. And then once I went from mindset, I went into the lane of course, business, because I realized that I couldn't do. Absolutely nothing I couldn't do. So that was lane two. Once you figure out, your mind changes and you have that metanoia, that shifting of the mind, you realize that you can do anything that you put your mind to. You start to dibble and dabble into different things.
Mhm.
And once I that I went on and, life changed, things changed, and some things found me instead of me finding it.
I
So
like
here I
that.
am in the crafting industry, and coach found me. I didn't find it. I didn't ask for the title, and they're like, hey, that's Coach Lane. So,
I like that. But even the first lane when you're talking about transformation, I'm a transformation coach, so I know I relate to that very well and having
yes,
the
ma'am.
different mindset. So would you, because for me, I consider myself my first client as a transformation coach.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that personal journey started for you, then you started sharing it with other people. Am I correct?
Oh, yes, definitely. Day one, I was the first female promoter in the South, boxing promoter. And I
Wow.
was only 26 years old, and we hadn't had boxing here in like 10 years. And out, and my husband kept saying, if we just get Lane on board, if we just get Lane on board, I know it's going to happen because you get on full speed ahead. So they convinced me. And then all of a sudden I said, okay, I'm going to plan it. And first event, it was in 1998. And I had people that had been in that business for years tell me, you can't do this. And they were telling other people that were in the boxing industry, going to be able to pull this off. She's not going to be able to do it. I said, okay. I said, watch me and take pictures. I'm going to do it twice.
I like
And I end up doing it all the way from 1998 all the way up to 2017, 2018.
I love it.
So it was that transformation. It was that mindset that I had. I've always had that mindset that anything I put my mind to, I can do. And it had a lot to do with being self-motivated. I graduated from high school with honors. I graduated from college with honors, but I didn't have that family behind me. I was always there by myself and pushed myself. So that followed me throughout life. And I realized that there's nothing, my God says there's nothing that I can't do. All I got, no one came on how to do everything.
Mhm.
They had to learn it somewhere. So when
Exactly.
that transformation in my mind happened, oh my, I'm unstoppable. Tell me what I can't do.
I love it. I love it. So after now, lane two, you became a craft designer. Am I correct?
I actually started crafting. I was, like I said, a boxing promoter. My husband and I met when he was 14. I was 13. So I followed him all the way through his boxing era. And then my son, my daughter, my other son was boxing. And it's like all that all the way up until 2020. And I just had a lot of things that happened. Stress happened. I had a couple of things that happened, health issues. And I said, I got to find something just for me, what something that is my lane, that is just for me. Because it's not that I had been living in his shadow or anything, because we are one and I love doing it. But I didn't have anything that was just for me. So I picked up crafting. I started it. I met Coach Cassandra. And from day one, when I got, I already know what I want to do. I want to coach. That's what I want to do, because I love people and I love talking to people. And it just kind of went from there. And I started crafting. Then I started selling the crafts. And then once I started selling the crafts and selling the actual supplies you use to craft, and then I started teaching the craft, coming to me, hey, show me how to do this, show me how to do that. And the next thing you know, I was Coach Lane. So here I am.
I like that. And so even in your coaching, you found your lane in that coaching by teaching people and showing people how to bring forth their craft out of them,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
beautiful. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So what's your third lane? We're moving on to the third lane.
Ooh, that's a hard one right there. That third lane, let's look at it. You know how, I'm quite sure you've heard how in the industry you hear, just in general in business, the business industry, you always hear find your niche, find your niche, find your niche, stay with your niche. I am one of those people. I have every last one of my coaches has been on me and said, you need to find your niche. What thing do you want to be known for? Well, what I'm finding out is when my purpose meets my passion, it's not pretty much what I want to do, what keeps coming to me from day one. And that is dealing with people, networking, that clarity. That's that third lane that I'm still navigating. Like I said, I'm a good driver now, but I'm still navigating over, because I want to do one thing, but what I'm finding out is the math is key for something else. And it falls always along the lines of motivating, personal development, talk with Lane. Everybody keep telling me, get a podcast. And I'm like, no. And so, I'm falling into that. I hate to say this word out loud because me and Miss Ruth said it, that life coach Lane.
Yes.
So I think that's where that third lane is headed. But I love the business area with the crafters. And that's the reason why I focus in on solopreneurs, because that mindset, which I can blend the transformation, the mindset and everything in with that. Because being a solopreneur and starting out, I mean, that's your foundation. You have to build that personal development first and then move on from there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is, and maybe you could share with everybody. Okay? Did we finish with our lane? Do we have another lane?
No, we better stay right there because I get fussed at enough. Like I said, by my coach, saying, look, what do you want to be known for? What do you do? I said I can do some of everything, but I don't want to do everything. My gift of gab is what I keep being led back to, and that is bringing people together and sharing myself through lives and master classes and coaching and challenges. And, that's my space.
Mhm.
So I better
Wonderful.
stop right there. I don't want to have 6 lanes like Georgia. I want to stay right here. Just give me
Well,
these right here.
well,
I'm
so
good.
that's mean we could say, okay, we stop at the third lane, but lane have more to her than meet the eyes.
Yes, definitely.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But how do you balance that daily in building your business? How do you do that?
Focused. I've learned to stay very focused because I am one of those people who love to be challenged. I am the mindset that I have can cause problems sometimes because when you feel like you can do everything, you're really doing nothing. So I have to stay focused. I try to do exactly what my coaches have taught me to do, and what I've learned throughout life is to make those lists, to go ahead and plan ahead. Because if you don't, the day will run you, and you're not running it. So the balance for me is just having the mindset, hey, this is what I want to do. This is the goal that I want to reach. And
Mhm.
then whatever I need to do in between point A and point Z, that's what I'm gonna do to get there because I'm unstoppable. So whatever it takes to get there, I'm gonna get there.
I like that. I like that. So where did the name come from? Crooked letter blank. What
Oh
is that? What
wow.
if I tell somebody that, what do I want the person to see if I tell them crookedletterblanks.com?
If you tell them crookedletterblanks.com, most people, and I'm just gonna say it, they think MI crooked letter. And
I do.
they are exactly correct because I am from Mississippi. And people tend to be, we go back to that mindset, small minded, and feel as if nothing good comes out of Mississippi. Well, I'm here to tell them you're absolutely incorrect. It's just because you're small doesn't mean you can't do big things. It's a
That's right.
mindset.
That's
So
right.
when you see crookedletterblanks.com or you see crooked letter blanks, your first mind is going to go to MI crooked letter. And then your second mind is going to go to, oh, that's the lady that likes yellow. Because most people didn't even say lane, they just see yellow because I brand everywhere. So crooked letter blank, yellow, and MI crooked letter, they're not going to say, oh, that's the lady who does Shopify. Oh, that's the lady that does this. They're going to say, oh, no, just talk to Lane. If you want to figure something out, find something out, talk to Lane. I
So
hate to
you
say it,
more
but
you more
it's just
like,
being honest.
yeah, and no, it is because I'm looking at when you said that crooked letter, and you said what you do, you go to lane. It's almost like you became a bridge for to
I
connect people
did.
in what they need. And then the yellow, which I think is beautiful, also represent friendship. And this is what you do.
Yes.
You connect in friends and in connection, and you network with people to where they need to go. So most
Yes, ma'am.
bridges, that's what it is. It's almost like it's up and down. So it's crooked letter, and it's a bridge that you connect people. I think that's beautiful.
Yes, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
use that.
That is beautiful. I love that. I love that about you. I the influence, your personal background influence on your product. How do you connect your personal journey to the product that you sell to people?
My personal journey to my product. So mainly I'm dealing in services right now.
Mhm.
So I would have to say the connection is people know, my members know, my clients know that if they deal with me as far as my services, that they're going to get authenticity. They know they're going to get what's behind me, personal business honesty. They know I'm going to have my foot on your neck. They know that I'm going to walk you through it. I mean, hand in hand, which I probably should know. I do. So I'm very hands on and personal bold on no, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
it does.
try to leave
Because
that
I've
to the
heard a
side.
millionaire said that what he does to his employee, he what would you say, that he make them be successful by pushing them when somebody might
Yes.
look at that as, I suffer you to make you become a millionaire, and I push you to become a millionaire. And but I'm
Yes.
pushing you towards a good thing, right? And what he
Yes.
actually said is, I torture you into success. And people would
Yes.
say,
You said a
torture.
mouthful then.
I'm like, torture me, okay, to success.
A mouthful then. I am not one to sugarcoat, so to speak. And my
Yes.
little saying is, it all the time is I've never visited the Willy Wonka factory. I don't plan to. So
Mhm.
everybody who knows me in my coaching, my mentoring, know that as far as on a personal side, I take it very personal that you succeed, that and your level. And some people, when they think success, they think monetary. But for the people that I'm dealing with that has only just started their business up to 3 years,
Mhm.
they're solopreneurs. They're doing it all themselves. And success for some of them is going from $100 in sales a month to maybe $500 in sales a month. So a win is a win. And my job as a mentor slash, they are different, but my actually push them, like you said, to see that they can do anything they put their minds to if they just do it, because you've already made up your mind to have a business. If you didn't, you would not have filed for the LLC. You would not have gotten your EIN, filed your articles of incorporation. You wouldn't have done all that. So the people that I'm dealing with who already has all that, the authenticity, they get, have you done XYZ? If you haven't, get off my live and I need you to go. And that's what they're used to. But they
Mhm.
know that I
Mhm.
mean it all out of love. And like you say,
Mhm.
some people can't handle that.
Mhm. Exactly. That's when you're not ready to do business.
That's
You're
true.
not ready
That's
to do
true.
business. So to bring that in for somebody that have creative ideas, what would be the first step that you would tell them to take to create their business?
The first step, I got to go back to mindset. Make sure it's what you want. I mean,
Exactly.
I know it sounds cliche, but you have to, and you hear mindset every time you hear someone talk, but have consistency without it.
Yeah.
You will
Because the
not.
mindset, yeah, the mindset is going to make you stay in the journey. Because if you don't
Yes,
mindset, you won't give up in the journey.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Without it, that is the first thing I tell them. I say, because we can give you the resources. I can give you templates. I can give you designs. I can bring in a Shopify expert. I could bring in, these people to talk to you about marketing and sales. But unless your mind is made up, until that foundation is there, you're not going to perform. You're going to be stagnant. And then you're going to wonder why. And it's because you really didn't have a made up mind. Just
That is true.
what you wanted.
That is true. That is the very first thing a person have to do. So, what are the classes that you have, or even coaching classes that you have available?
Right now, I have a crafters Canva challenge that I just kicked off. It
Oh,
starts December the 2nd. I can teach Canva all day, every day, something different, something new. I absolutely love it. That's another something I've been running from, but my community loves it and they love for me to teach it. So that
I
is what
like.
I have going on and coming up. It's a 3-day challenge. It's absolutely free. If they want to upgrade, they can, but it's absolutely free the first 2 days.
Okay.
And I move into my personal business bestie masterminds. This is my baby. This is my course. Really, help solopreneurs and crafters from point A to point Z,
So
those
from
tools that
on
they
this
need.
particular course, you take them from their craft into
Yes.
something else.
I take them from crafting and turn it into cash. It's from craft to cash, so to speak.
I like that.
So I'm taking
I
your
like that.
hobby into where I'm showing you how to monetize it. And then with there, we're going to work on your mindset as well. So if you're a solopreneur and you're frustrated, you're overwhelmed, you need that person that's going to push you. I'm your personal business bestie, and I'm there to get you through it. I want to see the transformation. I don't want you to just have another tool and don't do anything with it.
Exactly. So in this class, if somebody's starting a business and they don't know what to do, this will be the perfect class for them to take, because you're
Yeah.
going to give them step by step on how do I move from this spot and that spot, and at the same time offer them this type of life mindset coaching for them to stick
Yes.
to what they're doing.
Yes, ma'am. And we're having strategy calls. We're having
I like,
live sessions where they can ask me anything they want to. I even have a dedicated email address that they can hit me at any time. When they're stuck, I have a chat, a PBB, a personal business bestie chat, where they can say, "Hey, Lane, how do I do XYZ?" Or I'm having trouble with XYZ. I am very hands on because so many solopreneurs need it. I wish I had it when I first started. So this is my this is my space, and I want to see the transformation. It's a 3-month program, and I'm going to make sure that that transformation happens.
I like that 3 months, because people need that. A lot of people are gifted in business. They have idea. They have no idea what else to do. And what I love about what you just said is I said this before. To me, successful business starts where what I did not have, I've learned from it. Now I want to offer it to people because I didn't have it. To me, those
Yes,
are the best business to have, because it's coming from the experience and the passion. So
yes,
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's good. So that's a safe place for people to start their business, because now I need somebody, I have somebody that's going to hold my hands and that's going to walk
yes,
me through my business for me to get to the next level.
yes,
I love
definitely,
that.
definitely.
I love that. Do you have any other classes that you offer?
Oh, wow. Yes, ma'am. I actually teach AI for profit. I also teach AI, anything that is related to the crafting industry. Sublimation, they call me the sublimation queen because if polyester, I'm gonna sublimate on it. So they know I would teach them a class in a minute, and that is how most of my community met me. Was I was working from 8 to 5. I leave straight from work. We own a boxing gym. I go there till 8 o'clock. I come straight, and then I fire up the heat press, and I would go live and just sublimate just different things. And the method, making tumblers, for instance, people were having so many problems with them, ghosting and everything. And they say, Lane, your method works. It works 100% of the time if you do what I told you to do. So that's how my community met me, was actually all the time
Like that.
sublimating.
I noticed that you speak about community a lot. So how do
Yes.
you, uh, I guess you might say, connect with the, or create that community? How safe is that community, and what do you do with that community once you become part of that community?
Oh, most of the people that are in been with me for the last 3, 4 years, and I pretty much, I can call them out by name. I kind of know things about them, how they operate, it is in their business. And the community is everything, because we have literally gotten to a point to where we depend on each other. We
Hmm.
can ask questions in that space and not feel as if, oh, that's a dumb question, or I shouldn't have asked that, or
Mm-hmm.
she's going to feel some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
So the community, oh my God, it is so important. And I tell them the engagement is important. And I tell them all the time, we came together because we were a community of crafters. Hey, I want to be in that group. So once you get in here, I don't want you to just be a follower.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're engaging so you can learn and grow.
Mm-hmm. 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 I like that. I like that. So, what would you give? What would advice would you give other aspiring, let's say, well, besides taking your class, but something they could walk away with and to think about? Because there's some people that are afraid of success.
Oh,
And the reason
yeah,
they're afraid of success is because they're afraid of failure.
that's true.
So
That's
what
true.
would you tell those type of people that's afraid?
I've said it 1,000 times to my community, that failure is only feedback. And if you're going to fail, you need to fail fast. And I also tell them, hey, we don't do excuses. No excuses. You can't deposit those. So that would be the thing that I would tell them is do it scared, even if you have to. I was never in this industry. I didn't just jump in it and knew everything. Keep telling them that don't compare your success. That is what I would love to tell everybody. Do not compare your success to everyone else's success. Go
Mhm.
at your own pace. It is your journey. You have the pen in your hand.
That's
You
true.
make things happen.
That's right.
So just believe. You got to start again with that mindset and believe that you can do it if you don't believe it, or if you believe it, then the work is going to show. If
Mhm.
you are not confident and really just don't believe it, you're not going to put yourself out there.
That is true. That is very true. And one other question, as a believer, because I know you are a Christian, do you what advice would you give someone that would say they are afraid of they're a Christian and they think they have to make a choice to do business and come in the business world or to stay a Christian? Because some Christian are stuck between that. They don't know they could do both.
Oh, wow. That is very interesting. My God tells me that, hey, I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me, and that there's profit in all things. So once you have that in your mindset, you pretty much have to remember that there was business. Business didn't just start with us, it started before us, it's going to be here after us. So either you're going to take what is in you, regardless if you're a Christian or not. I would say set that foundation from the beginning, because I can only use my community. Since I just tell them as crafters, hey, don't post anything with profanity. Don't post anything, that is dealing with how, hey, she must, they're automatically gonna think, okay, she don't roll like that. I would tell those people to stand up. That's what's wrong with a lot of us as Christians.
Yes.
And it's not that the other side is actually getting more than us. So we feel like we have to hide our Christianity. We feel like if we bring it
Yeah,
out, then we're going to stay behind.
that's right.
I can't let them know that I'm a Christian. No, what's for you is for you.
That's right.
Those are not your people. If anybody who leaves you because, let's say, Jesus comes out your mouth, or Lord comes out your mouth, or you're just testifying, then those aren't your people.
Yes, that's
They know
true.
how to leave. It's just social media. Okay.
I like that. That is really good. That's a good advice that you have, and I love it. I recommend your company, cookieletterblanks.com, the yellow lady in that lane. That is
Yeah.
beautiful. That is beautiful, and you're doing an absolutely awesome work. And I'm so glad that your community continue to grow. So I invite people to be part of your community, especially if you have not started your business yet and you desire to start, you do need someone to be part of that community. You need that person to hold your hands and walk you through to make sure that you get into that successful lane.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I love that. And I thank you so much for this session, this episode today. And I just believe with my time up. I just believe with everything in me that your community was going to continue to grow, and you are going to reach many people, especially those who should be in business, who's scared. And then now you'll offer someone that said, listen, I'm here with you. I'm going to hold your hands. We're going to walk through and make it on the other side and go in that road of success. So that is us awesome, awesome. So I
Yes,
appreciate you
ma'am.
joining me for this episode of this podcast. So what's your number again in to reach her is, okay, they go her website, cookitletterblanks.com. I love that. I love that name,
Yes.
cookitletterblanks.com. So please reach out to her and start your journey and get your success on. So thank you so much, Miss Lane. I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
My pleasure. Bye bye.